Hi folks, this is Mr. Lessard showing you a little bit of information about your assignment called Access Not the Key, which is a question set that goes along with a Newsy LA article that looks something like this. This article is all about how urban planners are considering where they should build grocery stores. The main idea of the article is a little more complicated than that, and there are a lot of lines of thought for you to consider. And actually, one of the first assignments that I've given you is to consider that main idea. And so I've given you a simulated discussion between some classmates, and I want to give you an opportunity to join the debate. Now, you might agree or disagree with some of these students, and I'd love to see you build on those ideas. Don't just tell me your idea in isolation, be part of a conversation and respond, agree, disagree, use some of those sentence stems that your teacher is usually trying to get you to use when you're participating. As you move on, you're going to be finding a lot of evidence from the text. Whenever you find two pieces of evidence from the text, we're looking for quotes from the text, so make sure you do that. In this next part, there's a little graph, and it's actually pretty easy to add points to this graph. And the way that you do that is you use the draw function that's here in Microsoft Word. And you can use any one of these pens, click on it, and click the draw if it's not already clicked, and you can draw on your graph. And so we might want to make points at certain places on this graph. We might want to connect our points. It's not easy to make super straight lines, but you can get the basic idea of how to make this graph. And you're going to use data from the article. The data is not provided for you here. You need to find it in the article. As you move forward, you are going to use some sentence stems to create some questions about how this problem might be deeper and how it might be relevant to you. You're going to move through and think about the link that is between obesity and low-income neighborhoods. And that is kind of where we're going with this, and how where you live might affect how healthy you are. That's really what our big questions are about. So as you go through, you're going to be thinking about not just information you learned from the article, but also things that are part of your background. And so as you imagine you're a scientist, you want to think about what you would need to find out, how you could solve this problem, how you could study this problem, and how you could make your study fair. There's also some math here for you to think about. Think about how to save money when you're shopping for food. That's going to be a real life issue that a lot of you are going to deal with. I know I deal with it every time I go to the store for food. And overall, you're going to have this educated opinion after all this analysis that you've done. You're going to be looking at data, you're going to be doing mathematics, you're going to be thinking about evidence from the text, and you're going to actually come up with a pretty informed opinion about this topic. And so I want to hear about your opinions about what we should do in these low-income neighborhoods. So as you go through that, think about your own personal experience living in Springfield. Think about how the data in the article supports or does not support your opinions, and think about moving forward toward a step that might solve this problem. So I'd love to see what you come up with, and I hope that this was helpful.